Welcome to After Playlist, the podcast that's all about digging up great music, new and old, and making curated playlists. I don't like the way I said that. Let's rewind that back. Because I feel like the intro got way too wordy for a little bit, and I was wanting to kind of remix it, and it just didn't flow right. I thought I was gonna be able to freestyle it, but my brain had a syntax error right in the middle. From the top. Welcome to After Playlist, the podcast that's all about digging up great music, both new and old, and making curated playlists originated by human people, not AI. I'm one of your hosts, Tonio.
And I am Brandon Lee.
And we love music and talking about it. And today's episode is about something that's not so good, but also could be, depending. We got a playlist dedicated to those sad, sometimes happy, sometimes confusing moments in life when a relationship has to come to its inevitable end. These songs are a good representation of a wide variety of emotions that someone may feel while experiencing a breakup. So we got it, whether you are the dumper or the dumpee, or you got that dump to dump. Either way, we guarantee that this playlist has a song that you can relate to in one way or another. And
absolutely.
Today, we're going to be getting to just that and relating to our past relationships and past breakups and all that good stuff. But, we got some bangers along the way to help us deal with all those emotions and whatnot.
Yes, and they do help deal, I feel like. As always, music is a balm for the soul.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love that classic Live Life, Love plaque that says music expresses the words. No, music expresses what words can't.
I do love that too. That's nice.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to express those words in an angry R&B or rock song about what you're going through and, in that particular moment of time. So we're going to be referring to those songs on this playlist on this episode. Let's get into the playlist, y'all. First song we're going to be talking about is Hot Girl Bummer by Blackbear. I'm going to say that back again because my Alabama accent came all the way out.
Blackbear? That's what you said.
Blackbear. All right. The first song on the playlist is Hot Girl Bummer by Blackbear. Take Me Down, Joyner Lucas featuring Ava Max. There It Is by Genuwine. Not Coming Home Tonight by Maroon 5. By the Way by Theory of a Deadman. Not Into You by Astronomyy. Dream On by LaBounty. Start Over, Moving On by Tonio Armani. I Love You Like an Alcoholic by the Taxpayers. Fuck You by Silent Child. Oceans by Seafret. Good Things Fall Apart by ILLENIUM featuring Bellion. EXO by Eden. Let Her Go by Passanger. Car Crash by Def Havana. And W.D.Y.W.F.M by The Neighbourhood.
Which, if you've listened to the playlist, you know that stands for What Do You Want From Me?
What do you want from me? What I want from you is to listen to all of these songs that we're about to discuss. And if you haven't already, we have direct links to the music playlist in the description, aka the show notes, for your listening pleasures.
Yep. And of course, before we dive into the episode, we do have our customary after playlist disclaimers. Number one, everyone say it with me. We respect everyone's opinion, regardless of how wrong and awful it may be.
Woo!
Number two, relationships are tough, and that's why we guarantee that here at After Playlist, we'll never break up with you.
As long as you continue to listen to every episode of Music Playlist on repeat.
And speaking of relationships, we're going to be discussing relationships from a heteronormative perspective today, but these songs are applicable to any type of relationship, including platonic ones. So definitely keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. And number four, last but not least, we're just talking about the music, not the artist's real life personal or cancelable issues.
And lastly, if you're enjoying the podcast, please give us a like and subscribe. We're available on all major platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, Apple Music, Audible. We're everywhere. So wherever you listen to the podcast, give us a like, a comment, a star, a fave, whatever. All those little things support the show. So whatever little bit helps. And
help
they're
support
free.
the show. And it's free. Support us for free.
Support us
We're
for free.
not asking much.
We're not asking for much. And, if that's too much, maybe you can get the fuck out. No, I'm just playing. I'm breaking up with you. I'm leaving you. Oh, man. So this playlist, I tell you what, I will, well, there's another disclaimer we probably should add in there, come to think about it. Disclaimer number 5. Even if you're not experiencing a breakup and you're currently in a relationship and you're happy and things are going well, listening to this playlist may bring you back to those moments.
Yes. That's been me all this week as someone who's recently started a somewhat new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been like, this is not the mood I'm in at all. Like as I'm listening to the playlist, and then it also, like you said, it definitely like brings me back to different moments and has had me be kind of reflective on my past. So it's still great. And again, this whole playlist is just full of bangers, like banger after banger. So like it's also just pleasurable, like just for your ears to listen to it, even if you're not trying to relate or connect to it on an emotional level at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I want to blame specifically you, Brandon, as well as Sharita and a couple other people that have listened to the podcast or have guested onto the podcast that told me that lyrics matter. This is a playlist that 100% the lyrics matter because, man, listening to these songs and listening to these lyrics definitely make me either flashback or go back to a moment of time where I feel seen, in a relationship situation, or they articulate something so well that I'm just like, damn, I should have said that.
Yeah. Or like, damn, that's exactly how I felt that maybe I wasn't able to fully verbalize, like post, a relationship ending in the past. It's like, that's it. They hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what I was going through in that moment.
Exactly.
Which has been, it's cathartic in its own way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we're going to kind of, there's no particular rhyme or reason, but I guess I kind of want to jump into the different categories of breakups as far as like different stages, if you will. So you got the moment where you feel like the breakup is coming. Then you have it where you're processing or currently in the middle of said breakup. And then you have the moment where the breakup is done and you have to pick up the pieces from there. So do we want to attack this in a particular order, or do we just want to kind of just jump right into it?
I think we can just kind of jump right into it. Maybe skip around. I was thinking of those categories before we got on to record this episode, but I haven't like put each song in those different categories per se yet. So maybe we can kind of do that as we go or something.
Okay.
I do have one question though before we start. Are any of these songs from like your picks? Are they any of the songs that like you personally like you pulled from your past that like you used post breakup?
Oh, we about to get personal now, y'all. Okay, so here's what had happened was, right? So what had happened when we had initially thought of the playlist concept, I thought about it just very abstractly. Like, okay, whatever, yeah, there's a whole bunch of songs about romance and then the girls I work with, we listen to the music all day and different people get the DJ. And a lot of girls are very R&B focused. So a lot of the songs are either talking about starting a relationship, getting in a relationship, or dude cheating, or blah, 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 blah. And I was really kind of just started thinking, I was just like, number one, y'all are really, really hurting if y'all listen to this every day. Because I'm, here at the playlist, we listen to all kinds of different genres, but these girls are like stuck on this R&B stuff. So then I kind of
downer.
Yeah, it kind of is depending on the song. And then also, so I kind of got to thinking, I was just like, okay, let's, it'd be interesting to have a playlist about breakup songs, more specifically kind of from the guy's perspective, which we kind of inadvertently end up doing. But to answer your question, all of my picks in one way or another resonated with me, whether or not it was intentional or not, because what had happened was I'll just be listening to music at random sometimes put it on shuffle mode and just let it run and just like, let me just, veg out for a minute. And there was 3 songs out of my picks that hit me like a freight train. Once I like really like listened to it and dissected the lyrics and then equated it to a recent-ish sort of kind of breakup that I went through. It is Dream On by LaBounty, By the Way by Theory of a Deadman, And, I hate to admit it, but Tear Me Down, Joyner Lucas, when I heard that recently, because that's a fairly recent song.
Yeah. It's like earlier, that album came out, was it end of 2024 or earlier 2025, right?
Yeah, it was earlier this year off his ADHD 2 album.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? So,
yeah, similar. Several of my songs are similar to exactly what you just said, where it would be like, sometimes maybe kind of close, sometimes much further on, but just like a certain song, the lyrics in the song would just like stop and just like take me back to a relationship that ended, or a specific moment post breakup where I might have been feeling a certain way, and like I'm just like connected to it on that level. But also there's a good like 3 or 4 that I definitely like. These are songs that I already had, and like going through a breakup in the past, I already knew about these songs at that point, and so I actually used them like in that moment to like help me process and to help me get those feelings out, and kind of do all that, those kind of things, get over it, whatever. So yeah, it was kind of a mixed bag in that regard for me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. So
like XO is probably the song I've known like the longest on here by Eden. And that's a song where definitely like once you kind of were in a relationship where like you weren't necessarily super serious about it, and it just like it ended, and then the other person's all mad that oh, I thought we were in love, and you're just like, it was never that serious, really. I didn't think. I definitely kind of related to that back in my college, more hoey days.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Another one that I've listened to for years and years, and it's also like just a super mega popular song, is Let Her Go by Passanger. Like I think I first heard that song like post breakup of like my like high school sweetheart, like after like freshman year of college. I'd heard that song like a little bit before that, but then I just like that summer after my freshman year, that song was like played on repeat for me.
Yeah. So that song in particular, but okay, we're going to get to it now real quick. So that was one of the songs that I heard, and I didn't know it was them until I heard the song, and I immediately like rolled my eyes. I was like, oh, this song. So it's not that I mean, it fits this playlist perfectly, but it's just one of the songs that it just got beat into your head so much.
It definitely was like so overplayed. It has like hundreds of millions of listens on like both Spotify and YouTube. I'm sure also hundreds of millions on Apple.
Well, because you escaped the place while I was still there, and they played the song at the place quite a bit.
I do vaguely remember that. I think I'd blocked that from my memory.
You're welcome. Bring it back. Okay, so I'm curious for you. Out of my picks, that one or more of my picks hit you like, oh shit.
Yeah, a few of them definitely did. So one song that you actually told me about years and years and years ago, or you told me about this artist. He had this small little EP that the song is from. You already know what I'm going to say. Astronomyy, Not Into You. The whole EP is only like 4 or 5 songs, if I remember correctly. Super vibey.
Yes.
Like the whole EP is phenomenal, and I still will occasionally like just put that EP on and listen to it whenever I'm in like a super chill, what I feel like I'm just like kind of floating through space mindset. But yeah, Not Into You is like when you're feeling that kind of way, man, where again it's kind of similar to XO, where it's like the other person is like super like wanting to go further, and you're like you're kind of done with it for one reason or another. It could be you just realized it didn't work out, or it could be that maybe something happened that you're just like, that's it, that's my last straw, I'm done, and I'm gonna now remove myself from this relationship, this is the space that's not good for me, and the other person's like, no, stay, and you're just like, no, it's not good for me, it's not good for us. Just that idea of like, I'm not into you anymore.
Yo, I have to say, this song has been with me for quite a while, and it's funny because I was in a different headspace back then, but I don't recall listening to music like to help with my breakup at that particular time. I think, correction. I know I listened to music, but I don't think I listened to breakup songs in particular because I wanted to feel. So I think what I did, I used other music to mask instead of like leaning more into it. But this song in particular, when I heard this song, it was through like a random it was like a random promotion back in the day when Google Music was a thing, and I think I stumbled across this EP, and I was like, "Who's this random person that can't spell astronomy right?" And I was like, "Okay, let me listen to this song." And then I fell in love with the beat. Clearly, like the beat just went so hard.
Same.
And then I started listening to the lyrics, and I was like, "Oh, this is cold," and I love it because sometimes you gotta just be straight up. Like, you know what? It was cool. It was hot. It was fun, but you did something or just something changed, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it no more.
It's literally, dude, the way it starts, right? You're not the person I thought you were. Now you live in my head no more. Like,
yes,
chef kiss. It's just,
I love it. And I love the simplicity and the airiness of it.
Yes,
because you just made that decision, and then the beat drops. I'm like, I'm just not into you no more. And then I just love the little solo part at the end where it kind of just, the instrumental kind of just takes it off, and then he comes back in with the vocals and like still just kind of blends it all together. It's like a complete, almost like an exhale moment of like after meditating. Like that whole song was just like
out with the bad, in with the good.
Yeah, it's so zen. Like it's so perfect going into that. So I'm glad that was one of the ones that definitely hit for you.
Yeah, another one of yours, I'll just go ahead and say that kind of hit for me. It was another one that I'd heard a few times, but it wasn't really, I don't know why. It makes total sense. I mean, and it is obviously totally fits the playlist, but I never really looked at it as like necessarily a breakup song until it was on this playlist. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually like a perfect breakup song. Is a Hot Girl Bummer by blackbear, which is like, I'm almost a little embarrassed to say that, but like sometimes, man, it's like the opposite end of like the Zen meditation moment you just talked about with Not Into You. It's like, fuck you and
that
you
intro
and you.
That
like
intro,
the way he sings the note, dude, is just
I love
like,
it. I love it so much, man. I think this was like the first song by blackbear I heard, and then I mentioned him to you way back when. He was like, "Oh yeah, I love blackbear," and
I used to listen to him a lot, and I have not in recent years.
Yeah, I just knew this song was gonna be perfect for this playlist, and man, it's just out the gate with it. Sometimes you don't, you ain't got to sugarcoat, you ain't got to be romantic. Like, nah, fuck you and you and you. I'm like, that is so perfect.
And I love that you opened the playlist with this too.
Yes.
It came out so strong, dude. I was like, yes, that's that energy I want. Yes.
That's it. That's what I want. I wanted to set the tone. And my favorite part in that song was, man, right in the middle. He was like, "You want me to change? Fuck you. Fuck you." Just come right back.
Yeah, that's my favorite part too.
I love it. It's so
easily
good.
my favorite part. And yeah, both of those songs, Not Into You and Hot Girl Bummer, are definitely easily like post breakup. They kind of go into that category a little bit, I think. But like I said, they're like different ends of the spectrum, emotion wise, which is also something that I think is really interesting. We did is we have like the pre-breakup, middle breakup, post breakup, but then also some of the songs that maybe you might have two songs in one category together, but it's from different ends of it. Yeah, in that regard, like emotionally in that regard, right?
100%, 100% that, because man, it's just when you're going through that particular, like, well, it depends on the type of the breakup. Like, if you have the kind of breakup where it's like, for example, jumping into one of your picks, like Car Crash by Def Havana. Like, if you can see the car crash coming from miles away, it's not as like, okay, like I kind of can see this 18-wheeler coming at me, but I'm gonna endure a little bit longer. I'm gonna just stay in the path. Maybe, things will change. Oh, we crashed. Okay, I knew this was happening. But then you got those breakups where it's just like out of nowhere, which is like By the Way by Theory of a Deadman. Like that, like those two are the ones that I can, well, for the record, I can relate to all of these songs, but up top, I think those two I can relate to
like a little more.
Most recent one, a little bit more with my most recent one, because I should have saw the car crash coming, but then, kind of rubbernecked it and just like, oh, it's fine. And then the whole By the Way thing, because that one was a happy accident. So with By the Way with Theory of a Deadman, I'll never forget this moment. I was, I had another playlist where I was like, man, I kind of missed the grunge era of like rock and that kind of sound a little bit. So I was like, let me put on this random playlist and just kind of just let the algorithm do its thing. And this is one of the days I was working on my own. in my own little space with her, but I can have my music playing pretty loud. And in the space that I work at, sometimes the music can bleed over into the next room or whatever. So I'm sitting here just like vibing out to my playlist, and then this song comes on, and then the note at the end like just like reached into my soul and grabbed my heart and grabbed my brain at the same time and just started squeezing. And then next thing I know, I'm singing this song out loud with all my heart and soul.
It's a good song to sing along to and like really viscerally get that out. I definitely felt the same way. I was also singing along to this one. I'd never heard the song before the playlist, but I was definitely singing along to it as well.
Man, and I was holding on to this song for another playlist for whatever category it was, but I was just like, I kept adding it, taking it off, adding it, taking it off, adding it, taking it off. I was like, no, this has to be shared for this particular playlist. But yeah, I felt it in my spirit and I felt it in my soul, and so did my neighbors at work, because they were just like, hey, who sang that song? I was like, huh? Yeah. Y'all can hear me?
That's better than being like, hey, are you okay?
I mean, it kind of was that, because I was like singing it on repeat. I think I played the song like 3 times in a row. And I was just like, ooh, that just triggered the wrong nerve at the right time.
It is a very raw thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of just like when it's sudden like that and you can't see it coming. And it's just, I mean, like he says, you just wake up just to a note on the door. They're just gone out of your life like that.
Just gone. You like, by the way, you left without saying bye to me. Like you didn't even like get the closure.
No closure. Yeah, that's exactly it. No closure. And that is its own, like, it adds like a whole nother level of like pain and heartbreak to it. Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It could already be just in general, breaking up can already be very sad and emotional and heartbreaking. And that's if you're like sitting down and having a conversation and you both, hug and are amicable, going away. You're going your separate ways at the end. This is just like, oh man, it's like a knife in the heart.
Mm-hmm. Like out of nowhere. Like,
yeah.
Like, you're sitting there at dinner, you ask for like a butter knife and she pull out one of those like scream knives. It's like, yo, that's not what I needed. And just shing, shing, just cut it and ended it all. But yeah, but that car crash song, like that one got to me as well, because it was just like, yeah, the lyrics on that one was very good. It really made me think things.
Well, one of my picks that I almost put way back when on our Toxic Love Songs playlist, and like kind of last minute decided to yoink it and replace it with something. I Love You Like an Alcoholic. Okay,
so
definitely a pre-breakup category. Yeah. I feel like where it's like you're realizing like I'm with this person, but you are not good for me. We do not work how we should.
Yeah, one last gasp. Like, so here's the thing. So that song in particular,
tell me how you feel.
Okay, so I'm glad that was the start of your picks, because it set the tone, but it didn't set the tone at the same time. And I'm glad it followed Tonio, because it just kind of, with the bluesy kind of leading into the acoustic world. So, because like a lot of your picks, I noticed were like very heavy with the acoustic, which again is kind of perfect, because that it does elicit a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings when it comes to acoustic music. I believe.
I didn't even think about that, but you're totally right.
Yeah,
like all but like one of mine are acoustic-y.
But again, like yeah, it just kind of lends that. With that being said, I like the lyrics. I just hate the way they sing. Like,
okay, I do too. But listen, I thought about that as I picked it. Right, I was thinking like it kind of lends itself to the mood of like just being like in that mindset of like, this is, I hate this. I don't want to be in this anymore. Like, in a weird way, I kind of appreciate that the singing is like so just like off key, maybe,
it's like
or like
off
whatever
key and like off beat, and it's just, again, like you're right. Like the song is about not wanting to be in a relationship anymore and having to endure, and that's kind of how I felt listening to that song.
Yes, I felt the same way. I want you to know you're not alone in that.
Okay,
but I did kind of intentionally leave it on the playlist because I do feel like it kind of lends itself to, I don't know, it just makes you, it's more evocative of those emotions, right? Like it kind of helps pull it out of you already. Like you're getting that in real life, and then the music is doing it too, and you're just sitting there like, why?
I mean, it is, but like at some points it really is like nails on a chalkboard. Like
I did skip it several times. I won't lie.
Okay, good. I kind of felt bad. I was like, I gotta
It's like
listen
the
to
only
this.
song I skipped, dude. Really.
It's just the white light skies. I love you like a night. White light sky. I'm just like,
And I need you like I need a hole in the
my
head or
head.
whatever.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, almost like a bar song equivalent of like a
Yeah, kind of.
or almost not even bar, because like bar songs are actually good. This this song reminds me of like almost like a comedy, like Adam Sandler kind of parody kind of song, even though I feel like this is a legit song, but like that's what it is. It's sung like those people that like do like the musicals and they're like really like really, I can't it's audio form, but it's like the whole puppetry and extra emotional like doing too much.
It would be right at home like in a musical for sure.
Yes, literally
like in a stage play type.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. Ooh, words are hard. But yeah, so yeah, that was the vibe I was getting from that song, and I'm just like, that's
accurate, I think.
Yeah. Ooh,
well, okay. Tough. Well, I'm glad that I was able to evoke that feeling in you with that. Yeah. I did have a thought whenever I put it on, and it was like my first pick. I was like, I think Terrio's gonna hate this.
Yeah,
and that kind of helped me just submit the decision to keep it.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I mean, tell me how you really feel. Like that's like, oh, this song is terrible. He's gonna hate it. Select, add to playlist.
Maybe I was hoping that you might respond to that with the follow-up song that I picked. I was hoping maybe that might be your response.
Oh, fuck you.
By Silent Child.
That was a thought. It's like, this motherfucker. How dare you?
So yeah, Fuck You by Silent Child is a relatively recent. It's definitely not one of the songs I'd like used in the past to talk about or to process and then get through my own breakups. I think it was like after you had told me, because we've kind of been sitting on this idea for this episode for a while. So it was definitely sometime after, but before we had actually started making the playlist, that this randomly came up. And I was like, ooh, I don't even know. I've never even heard of Silent Child, but the song is like pretty raw, and I feel like it'd be a great fit for that. So I just went ahead and saved it.
Oh, absolutely. And you know how much I love my dubstep. So this has that nice little, like, just that nice little like that grimy grittiness to it. And that's kind of what it's. I'll put it this way: perfect placement. It was the song that helped save me from Love You Like an Alcoholic. So after going into that, like, this was like, okay, I'm back on board again. So, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I love, how can I put it? This song to me is very much similar to Astronomy's Not That Into You. Is, again, raw emotion. You still got the anger, but it's like that quiet storm kind of anger.
Yeah. And it's not like a hard metal rock screamo type of like getting that out, right? It's definitely, like you said, it's very calm.
Yeah.
You honestly just put it great. The storm is brewing behind you. You definitely feel that tension building, right?
Yep. And I just like how dude is like, fuck you.
Yeah. And it comes in like, it's the title of the song. A lot of times you would think, especially with the song Matter, that like that would be repeated often. He only says it twice, and it's like the first time he says it, it's like pretty late in the song.
Yeah.
Like he has a lot of buildup of like, I'm done with you. I'm sick of this. You're nothing but bad for me. And it's like he goes through all of that before finally being like, it's almost like he has the realization, like it's like he's walking you through his process of like he's talking to himself, or he's having a communication with his partner of like, all these things are wrong, blah 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 blah, and then finally he's just looking at this person like, fuck you, man, like what are we even doing? I'm so done with you. Like,
yeah, like to me it's this song in particular, which again, I love all these songs, but when I listen to this song takes me into I want to say, I feel like this is more like a post breakup kind of song for me. I kind of would put it into that category, because this song makes you realize your own self-worth. Because like, can you sit there, you kind of reflect on everything that happened, like, do the singing, why am I wasting my breath on you? I feel like my words are not even getting through to you at all. Like, you're doing all the quote unquote right things to communicate, and the other party isn't reciprocating or acknowledging how you feel on it.
Mhm.
And then you kind of have to just sit back on it and be like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, I'm done. Like, this song to me is the equivalent of Peter Griffin standing up in the middle of the theater, walking out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, it's just like, there's no, like, the music itself was giving the rage for him instead of it being like a screamo song. Like you said, it could have easily been a screamo song.
Right.
But this is just like one of those things where like dude just fully like embraces it and be like, you know, fuck you, I'm out. Like, I'm better than this. So I personally, recently, currently understand this song.
100%, dude.
Yep. All right. So I want to talk about one of my picks that was a pleasant surprise, and I am very curious about how you feel about this particular song.
Okay.
Let's talk about Dream On by LaBounty.
Dream On. First of all, this dude's picture and name. Can we talk about that for a second before we get into the actual music?
Yes, go ahead. Read them.
So I see Bill LaBounty, right? And I'm like, just, I don't know, LaBounty is just like, I can't even really articulate why per se. There's something about that. It's just like, it's got a bounciness to it that's kind of fun to say. Bill LaBounty. It's all the B's and the
alliteration of it all.
Yeah. And then like you actually like while you're listening to it, it shows, I don't know if that's like just his normal picture, if that's like from the album the song is from, but he's got like the long hair. He's got like the long, somewhat long hair in the back, but it's like a very receding hairline. And he's got a very like deep, stern, serious gaze, and it's just his I don't know, man, just unintentionally, I'm pretty sure, but whenever I first like saw this is kind of a late addition too, right, to the playlist.
No, it's been on there.
Was it on there? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I guess I just hadn't like actually paid attention to the name or the
cover art,
the cover art for the first few listens, but whenever I finally saw it, I literally was like cracking up. I was like, okay, I do like the song, but yeah, just I had to point that out because that was it tripped me up. But the song itself, okay, let's actually get into the song itself. Get past judging this man's look. Yeah,
very 80s look, a little late 70s look, I guess technically.
Yeah, that 100% definitely falls somewhere in that era of aesthetic. But no, like what he's talking about in the song is just like so relatable. Like it's definitely, I don't know, it could be, I kind of look at this like two different ways. It could be just take it at face value of like, you think I was gonna be upset? Bitch, please, walk on, I don't care. Or it could also be like kind of putting on a front. It's one way I kind of looked at it as well. I don't know which way he necessarily intended it, but I could definitely see someone, or I'll be honest, I've kind of been this person where it's like, I'm definitely feeling things, but like, you know, whatever the other person doesn't, like maybe they ended it, or it was like a nasty fight that ended everything, or, you know, some big, ugly, inciting incident. Sometimes you don't want the other person to know in those situations just how like devastated you are. Like it's almost like a spiteful type thing to be like,
I mean, it's almost like negging, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I wasn't really taking it from that perspective, but now that you bring it up, that does make total sense.
I think literally just because, like I said, I've definitely been that person where it's like I was like literally devastated, crying inside, but then I still have to see that person, or for one reason or another, I have to interact with this person, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm fine. What's up? How's your day going? Hope you're having a good day. You just like put on that fake front where it's just like, yeah, dream on. I'm not upset. Who do you think I am? I'm fine. But then, you know, you go home and you're like, I'm so sad. Yeah.
I'm going through it.
Yeah. So I loved it for both, no matter which of those angles you kind of take it and listen to it as. I love it like both ways, honestly. Because it is also nice to just be like, yeah, you thought you were going to break me with this? I was not that invested in you, lady, like, or dude, or whatever. Like, it's fine. Dream on. If you think you think he's gonna break me, dream on. Who do you think I am?
Right.
That's also just like a very strong like self-worth song.
This is like the yacht rock equivalent of Hype Me Up.
Yeah.
Essentially
it is.
So this, again, speaking of yacht rock, This is one I was. I'm sorry. Full disclosure, I'll occasionally go through a yacht rock phase every now and then. So I had my yacht rock on. I'm just vibing out, enjoying it, and then this song came on, and then it just cracks me up because usually yacht rock is all about okay, I love you, or you might be having some kind of relationship woes, but usually is more leaning in the positive direction or romantic or wooing someone off their feet kind of situation. And then this song came on. He's just like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Like it's kind of
straight up,
but like the radio friendly version of it, as like "Dream On." Like it's like you think I ain't got nobody else? Dream on. And I was just like, "How you gonna make a diss record on a yacht rock track?" That's basically what this song feels like to me.
That one I definitely connected to a lot. I will say I liked it a lot. Again, never knew of Bill LaBounty, but I love his name and I love this song. I wonder what his hair looks like now.
Oh,
anyways. Let me move on past that.
Terrible.
Okay, so another one of your songs that I definitely connected to was "There It Is" by Genuwine.
Thank you. I don't want to lead the witness. I ain't want to lead the witness, but I was kind
of thinking you might jump on this one early, but so you have it. So I was like, I gotta go ahead and just we gotta talk about this one.
Yes,
because that one is. Like, I don't know, man. We did a really good job in general for this whole playlist of just like picking a lot of songs that are raw. I feel like is like a good word that keeps popping up in my head when I'm listening to these. It's just it's very raw and like upfront and honest about like the feelings and going through this process. And this is one of them.
Audio listeners, you can't hear me right now, but I have been nodding my head nonstop, like in full agreement. Because man, when this song came out, I was not as out there as I am now. But man, going through all the different relationships, like since the song came out and realizing how relatable this is, and with, the dating culture that it is now, it's gotten worse, to be honest. Out here in these streets with, again, I'm all for people having their self-worth and, feeling good about themselves and, wanting the best, but that's a two-way street. And when he came through with this song here, ooh.
So just, not super recent at all, but somewhat relatively, I guess recently, I definitely had a similar moment to like what he's talking about in the song and kind of what you were just saying, where it was like the girl I was seeing for a short time was like expecting for like me to provide, do everything, and she was just gonna, take all that in and give nothing back to the relationship, beyond just her presence. And it's like, that's not. It's a partnership. It's supposed to be, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%. And again, I do have what is I keep getting these words mixed up. There's a difference between chauvinism and chivalry. Chivalry, that's the one. So so I do have a chivalrous side to me. However,
same.
It has to be, number one, appreciate it, and two, it's something because I want to do, not because I should feel obligated to do.
Right. Once it's like the expectation and it's like a fight if I don't or can't, and it's like,
yeah.
Well, what are you doing? I'm putting all this into us and trying to show my chivalry side, because that's something like you're just saying, I do kind of enjoy that aspect of it. But like, yeah, it's just not getting back what you're putting in is like, that's a relationship that's doomed to fail.
Oh yeah, 100%. Again, car crash. So once upon a time, I was witnessing the car crash from several miles away, but decided to stay in it. And this is definitely one of the songs in hindsight that I probably should have listened to way more often to kind of give me a wake up call, because I was that person where I was just like, oh, there it is. You just being ungrateful. Like, I'm literally giving you all I have, and you still complaining and you still fussing about me spending my time trying to work so I can afford to do the things that I'm already paying for because I want to do those things for you. And it's just like, well, damn, like, you mad that we can't go out as much, but also you're mad that I'm spending time working so we can go out.
Yeah.
What? it's like you think I'm doing this for nothing? Like, you want me to pay for this and pay for that? Like, do you know the world we live in right now?
Exactly. And I love, like, it's, again, the title is like so poignant. I feel like just like, there it is. There it is. That's that bull crap I'm talking about. Like,
Yes.
I'm doing all this work and I'm trying to tell you, like, let me, you know, I'm trying to be a good man and to you and treat you right. But then all you get is, you know, all you get back is complaints and issues and fights. And it's like, there it is right there. That's it.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. You just did it again. You can't stop yourself. And it's just like
being ungrateful.
Oh, yes.
And specifically, so transparency. Like, so this song came out what, 04 or somewhere around there. I don't know. But either way, it's one of them songs back in the day where some people would do interludes at the end of the songs. And nowadays, a lot of people will do the interlude as a separate track. But this is one of the ones that kind of blended. So I was trying to find a version of the song that didn't have the interlude. However, the ones that I did find were the edited versions. And I was like, this don't hit as well. I need you to say, there it is, that ungrateful shit. Like, I need you to hit that. So that's why this version is on there, because I needed the legit version, because the other stuff was like, there you go with the ungrateful things. I'm like, no, I don't hit as hard. No, we got to call it what it is. So, yeah, there it is. That ungrateful shit. There it is. So, speaking of interludes, it fit perfectly into the next song, Not Coming Home by Maroon 5. What do you think about that throwback?
A throwback is right. I've not heard this song in years, which I've never been like the biggest Maroon 5 fan, but they're also like super mega popular and their music is played everywhere, all over the place, all the time. So like, even if you don't want to listen to them, if you're just out living your life, you're gonna listen to them at some point or another. And
Maroon 5 will happen to you one way or the other.
Yeah, whether you want it or not. And that was definitely, I think, the case with this song. I've definitely heard it several times in my life, but I don't remember ever like actively choosing it up until this playlist, at least. But again, listening to it like through this lens, I think definitely does kind of lend itself to it a little bit more. It did make me appreciate it a little bit more than I think I have ever in the past.
Fair enough.
It's definitely, it's another one of those songs where it's I would say post breakup, right? Like, this is like maybe kind of straddles the line between like post and during, in the middle of. This is kind of like I'm deciding right now. Yeah. So like, one person is post, one person's about to find out, kind of deal.
Exactly. yeah. That's perfect. That's the best way to put it.
And it's also just the vindictiveness is like the word I keep thinking of with this song. It's just like, you know, lines like, I bet it hurts so bad to see the strength that I've shown. Does it make you mad? Does it make you sad? Like, he's like trying, he's like hoping, which I totally get it and relate to it, and I'm sure a lot of people do. Whenever you break up with someone who's just like not treated you right, and it's like they're stuck to you, but you're like, you're terrible for me. I'm not ever coming home again, and I hope you realize once I'm gone, like, you fucked up. Hope you realize how much you're gonna miss me and how awesome I was. Like, that feeling is just like,
It's a good feeling. I'm not gonna lie. It feels great to stand on your own 2 feet and be like, okay, I'm out. You're never gonna find anybody close to me. And guess what? I'm not coming home. So you're gonna sit here and be alone, and you're gonna realize the error you're gonna realize the mistake that you made by forcing me to leave or allowing me to leave. Either way, I'm out. So enjoy your loneliness. I mean, that is the petty side of breakups, which, you know, technically all breakups kind of have a little bit of pettiness in it, I believe.
It's exceedingly rare that they don't, I'll admit. I wouldn't say all of them, but like probably like 98%.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, if we round up and carry to one, we can get up there. But to me, this pick for me was the equivalent of I Like You Like an Alcoholic. Because I knew with me putting this on, I was just like, he's going to feel some kind of way about it being Maroon 5. I already knew it. But in my defense, this is early pre-pop Maroon 5.
And that is the era that I have chosen to listen to them the most in the past. So, and I did not enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Trying to like hedge my bets here. I did enjoy it, especially like for this playlist and the theme and the topic and everything. And I definitely connected and related to it, even if it is Maroon 5 and I'm very meh on them in general. But if you can't relate to that feeling of just like, it's kind of like the opposite of Dream On a little bit, where it's like, now you're the person who's like, oh, I hope me leaving like breaks you because you deserve it. You've been so terrible.
I mean, I don't think it's the opposite. I think it's in tandem with Dream On because you're both talking shit to the other person.
Well, I mean, like the not the opposite necessarily. I guess like the opposite like perspective of it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can
like
see
Dream
that.
On is like, oh, you think you leaving's gonna break me? Dream On, and then this one's like, I hope me leaving breaks you. Like, you know, like it's definitely It's like you're getting both sides of it with these two songs, which was very nice.
Definitely that.
Okay, I want to talk about because I have a couple songs that I picked that are definitely, in my opinion, decidedly like pre-breakup, and one of them that I've been sitting on for years. And Oceans by Seafret.
I had a feeling, and again, it's one of those songs where because of the acoustic nature of the song, it defaults you into a certain mindset, and then like the ending of it as well, where he talks about it's called Oceans because feel like you're oceans apart. So this is definitely pre/going into the breakup. You're seeing the signs, and this is one of the songs where, again, because like maybe because of how or what I've been going through lately, but a lot of my picks were kind of petty, in your face, fuck you, kind of talk the shit kind of thing. And then a lot of your picks, it start off that way, but then in your picks, it kind of puts you in it. So by the time I get to your picks, I'm like literally sitting here just like sitting there with like a cup of tea, looking out the window, like rocking back and forth, like, like
that's so accurate. That's so accurate, dude.
It's like, oh damn, I guess it's time. I don't know what to do. Like you're in the middle of this whole emotional mindset. So I really did enjoy this song a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I've known it for years, and so how I discovered this song is I didn't really like throw it away just because I don't think it's just like super necessary for the conversation. But the music video for it has Maisie Williams, who played Arya in Game of Thrones, and this song came out. Oh God, when did this song come out? Let me see. 2016. This album came out, so that was definitely like the height of like Game of Thrones popularity, and I was a huge Game of Thrones fan at the time. And so I randomly, like on Reddit or somewhere, someone was like, oh, this random music video that Maisie Williams stars in, check it out. And so I listened to it literally just because of that. I was like, oh, Maisie, she's actually doing like music videos and stuff. That's kind of cool, like branching off just, outside of Game of Thrones. But then I just like fell in love with the song because like it's such when you're in that moment where it's like you start to feel that distance and like the breakup is looming and like you're not quite connecting as partners anymore. Your puzzle pieces aren't lining up anymore, whatever you want to phrase that. You just feel that ocean of distance just is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and just that like the line he repeats, like, I love you, I'll always love you, I always will, or I want you, I always will, whatever he says like over and over again. It's just like when you're, I don't know, it's just so relatable, man. Again, it's just all these are so relatable, but that one just
that one really, really hits because again, it's when you're in that difficult reconciliation phase where you recognize what's happening, you want the best, you want to stay in it, you want things to work out, but the ocean keeps getting bigger.
And you're having to, like you said, you're reconciling, like we're no longer compatible for whatever reason, and like just coming to terms with that is it's not easy, it's not fun.
No,
and
it's not.
It's definitely like a double-edged sword to like love someone and want the best for them and realize what's best for someone is not you, to let them go, to move on to, let both of you move on to someone that actually you are compatible with and that does fit you in your life and everything. It's tough, but they nailed that feeling, I feel like, in the song.
They 100% did. And again, it's, to me, when it comes to songs in general, if you can marry the sonic feeling with the lyrics, that song to me will transport you to that feeling no matter what's going on in your life or your world. And even if you haven't fully been in that situation, listening to this song will put you in that mindset. He's singing the song as if he's like actually legitimately like hurting. And like, I love when people can emote when they're singing. And that like, this is one of the ones that definitely was like the turn of the tide when listening to the playlist. And you hear Armani my talk that shit, hype me up kind of songs or whatever. And then you get to these songs, especially the follow up to this one, Good Things Fall Apart.
They definitely are kind of coupled together intentionally.
Oh yeah,
they're very similar in like the perspective they're giving, right? Of like you realizing things are coming to an end. Which the follow up is Good Things Fall Apart with John Bellion by ILLENIUM.
Yeah, and so if you're definitely if you want the 1-2 punch combo of feels, listening to Oceans and this song, Good Things Fall Apart back to back, it was just like, God damn it, Archer. just one of those songs where it just really just forces you to feel like I went from saying fuck you to like reconciling it, and then now I'm just like really in my feels at this particular moment and just really just going through it. But also, you know, it's one of those healthier songs. I mean, like both of these songs aren't negative. It's just it's just the tough decision making, or that coming to yourself moment to where you have to really put yourself first and be selfish and be like, hey, this isn't working for me. I'm not happy. We're oceans apart. And even though I want this and I want you and I really want this to be a thing, and I can see this thing being a thing, but sometimes good things fall apart and it hurts. I
will say for Good Things Fall Apart, it has been some of the, I kind of meant to send you some of the remixes, but it's been kind of remixed a bunch.
Oh, really?
And it does. Yeah, it has. So first of all, there's an acoustic version, which just like makes like everything we just talked about in this version, right? It just kind of like exacerbates it, and like you feel those toxic emotions like even stronger. But it also has some like
Unsi or something.
Some Unsi dubstep type, or it's just like it gives it a completely different feel. The lyrics are still the same, but yeah. So depending on what mood you're on or mood you're in or whatever, you could definitely listen to the same song, just a different remix of it, and kind of get different vibes, different flavors of that same sentiment, which I just thought is interesting.
Question. So is John Bellion, like, is that the person that's singing on it?
Yes. So I believe I've listened to ILLENIUM a handful, like I know a handful of their songs, and I think they pretty much always have like a singer on, like some, you know, guest feature singer. So I think it's kind of like a what's it good, like a kind of like Flume. How like Flume will always have like, you know, some other singer on or whatever. They'll always kind of guest star with someone else. I think it's kind of similar to that. That's my understanding. Please, if anyone knows better than that, correct me if I'm wrong. But the singer is John Bellion, yes.
Okay, so I was trying to like, is he just like who like
I think he also has the song,
band, or is he?
He's just a random other artist. The only other song I think I know by him.
Yeah, because I feel like I've heard his voice in other songs before. I just don't know.
Yeah, okay. Where. So he has the song Guillotine, which was like super popular several years ago.
Okay. Either way, so I say all that to say that I really like his voice. It's definitely like he definitely has that pop singer kind of voice, but it still has a little bit more gravitas to it, I guess. Yep. So I like the way it's not like super nasally or whatever. So like I really enjoy his beat, like not his beat, but like the way he sung on this particular song, because it, you know, even though it's acoustic, he still adds a little bit more soul. It's not, for lack of better words, completely vanilla. You know, like a generic pop singer per se.
Right.
All right. Well, speaking of generic singers, let's talk about Ava Max and Joyner Lucas. Tear Me Down.
This is one, like, I connected and related to like pretty much every song on here, but this was one of the like kind of lesser ones for me.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure necessarily why that is. I guess I just haven't quite felt the way that like Joyner is like what he's rapping about on the song as much.
Okay.
But you said this was one of the ones that like you did connect with, so I'm interested to hear like your take on this, like how this one hits you.
So with this one, it was one particular line in the lyrics when he says, "How you telling me you in love with somebody else when you know I needed it to be you, and now I got to go and build a life with a stranger when we both knew that I wanted it to be you." So it's just like one of those things where it hit me, because in one of my previous relationships, not the most recent one or time before that, but one of my previous relationships, it was like in my mind, I felt we were going towards a place, like going towards the same goal, and I could see that future. And then, you know, we broke up for various different reasons, but I still kind of lingered on a little bit with that. And then it was just like, damn, now I gotta go start all the way over and start a whole nother relationship when we were so perfect for each other, but it ended because of whatever. But it's just like one of the things where it's like you put in all that work and all that effort. It's like, damn, now you gotta tear me down and I gotta start all the way over again. Like, people don't understand. It is hard out here in these dating streets, y'all. So like when you get somebody, it is not easy. And once you get somebody that you can vibe with and you can be your authentic self with, hang on to that for as long as you can. And obviously communicate with other issues. At the time, I know I wasn't great at communicating, so I could take some of the blame for that, but neither was she. But it was just one of those things where it's just like, you put in a lot of time, you put a lot of the effort in, you can see it going somewhere, and then it just, nope. Start over, rebuild. It's like, God dang it, now I gotta go and find it. Now I gotta start a whole other relationship. I gotta go back out here and fight all over again to try to find somebody else when this person was like, you know, you had that build with them. So that's what struck me. And even more so when I'm listening to it, like I heard that lyric and I had the same audible response that Joyner did, because after he says that line, he's like, God damn. And I said to myself, God damn. I was like, oh shit, we said it at the same time. Just one of the things, just like, man. And I say generic singer because I think what probably didn't help you was with Ava Max being on the chorus.
I don't hate it, but it's forgettable. Like,
that's the point. It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, like, I knew somebody was singing on a chorus, but I was just like, who is this? And then I happened to look at my phone at the time when I was listening to it, and it said Ava Max. I was like, who? And then I had to like go back and think all over again. I was like, I feel like I was at a New Year's party and I saw her perform, and it was like one of the most bland like performances I've ever saw, like at a New Year's event thing on TV. And I was like, this. That kind of was like a womp womp. I mean, she did her part on it, but even then, it just felt like it could have been anybody. So I think if he would have got a more powerful singer, it would have helped elevate the emotion of the song.
Yeah, because like my favorite part of the song was literally just Joyner's rapping, because I'm a fan of Joyner just in general. So like I was like, oh, I like Joyner and this is more Joyner, and like that was like my favorite part, was just listening because I like his flow just in general and his rapping style and everything. So yeah, that was definitely my favorite part.
Yep.
And I agree. If he had gotten just anyone with an ounce more gravitas and soul behind him, it might have like really driven that emotion home, because I didn't really get like the emotional hits from him necessarily. And I think that is the same reason I loved it. And you know, and Joyner's just his style in general kind of somewhat, I feel like, plays against him like being able to like really like show emotion. Like I feel like I caught snippets of it, like in the moments you were just saying, like where like he says those lines and he just like comes out with a damn, like you get a snippet of it there, but then he's right back into like rapping fast and aggressive a little bit. It's just like, I don't know, it just kind of takes me out of like feeling that a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I mean, like as we discussed on the Twist episode, like when it comes to the chopper style flow, to me, like the reason why people like Twista are so legendary is the fact that they can pop in and out of it so seamless.
Yeah,
and it still hits those same, you know, points or whatever. I feel like Joyner at times, I mean, he does pop in and out, but I think sometimes he leans too much onto the chopper.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And he just kind of just goes and like if you're just not really like paying attention, it just kind of just becomes
it blurs together. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but I've made a focus to pay attention to the lyrics a lot more. And then on this album in particular, ADHD 2, which
it's a
great album. I really recommend people give it a listen. It's an interesting take on, number one, ADHD, which, you know, hello, present, you know,
mental health in general,
mental health in general. But I do like the fact that he acknowledges the mental health aspect of it, and then also he acknowledges some of the trauma he had growing up with ADHD and dealing with those different, you know, feelings and thoughts and all that good stuff. And then towards halfway through the album, he kind of like forces himself to change. And then he kind of lets go of the chopperness and kind of goes a little bit more in a different direction halfway through the album. So the first half, he kind of gives you what you expect. Then the other half of the album, he's like, okay, let me show my other side. And this is, I think, is one of the songs that's on the other side, because he has songs where he actually singing on and they're doing more acoustic stuff. Even though he's a rapper first. And I think this is one of the songs towards the end of that album. And he got Ava Max on here to do some of the other stuff. So I think some of the emotion is still there through the lyrics. He does deliver, his pain and, the different things when it comes to different breakups or whatever. But I feel the delivery of the message, it kind of just became a then you kind of just lose it halfway through. But it's it's just one of those things where like, okay, you like the other thing too. One of his other lyrics, he was talking about you only want me when it's toxic. So again, that's another one of those another words. One of those relationship situations where it's just like, okay, you don't want to be with me, but you want to be with me. You can't be with me because you don't move on with somebody else, but you still want me to be there. It's like, how you gonna know? Like, you're not finna be playing tug of war with my feelings or using me for a piece of meat or whatever. Like, no, like,
yeah,
I'm more than that. Like, and you should have more worth for yourself,
absolutely,
as well. But not everybody feels that way.
Sadly. Well, I guess if you choose to not feel that way, that's like an active choice, then more power to you. But it's kind of sad to me personally.
Yeah,
that's just my own personal look at it.
Yeah, it's frustrating because like after a while, it's like, what do you want from me?
Mm-hmm. Which is which was the second song. I feel like it's like decidedly like pre-breakup. It's really not even. I don't even know if it's like necessarily a breakup song. It almost could just be like a relationship like spat, fight, disagreement song. But I do feel like it lends itself to being a great breakup song if you're like going through it and you're just like you're having literally like he says in the song like I'm doing everything I can think of to do for us. What else the hell do you want from me? Like, what do you want me to do here? What? And it says, nothing is good enough to like bridge that gap, so to speak. I've definitely been there as well in my own personal life.
100%. And this is firmly right in the middle of a breakup because I feel like this is the kind of situation where you're in the middle of the breakup and you're also trying to understand why the breakup is happening, especially if you didn't see the car crash coming or you didn't see the oceans getting bigger. So you're just like, okay, going back to Genuwine is like, I'm doing all these things. What do you want from me? Like, I'm like, I made this song to even show you that I care. Like, I am doing all the things.
You know what? I agree with you. It is. Yeah.
So
scratch me saying decidedly pre. It is decidedly mid. It's happening right now. What do you want from me?
Like literally, like you're in the middle of the spat. So it's like, okay, this is happening, but why? Especially if you don't realize or don't understand fully, or not necessarily understand, fully communicate it to why said breakup is happening. It's just like 2 nights ago, you looked in each other's eyes and everything was fine, but then you realize like, okay,
exactly.
Half the time you weren't even there. That's how one of my breakups happened. Was I felt a disturbance in the forest. I tried to address said disturbance. She was like, "Oh, now it's not the time to talk about it." Or better yet, well, at the time she said nothing. Everything's fine. Now I knew something was wrong. She said nothing. And then later on, like a week or 2 afterwards, it was like, "Now, okay, well, we need to have a talk." When I tried to bring it up to you, you said nothing. Well, that wasn't the time to talk about it. I literally brought it up because I felt something was wrong. And I asked you, and you said nothing. Nothing, everything is fine. And then 2 weeks later, you go back to say you was upset about blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So just like, what do you want from me?
And that definitely could be like the miscommunication there, right? For the song, could be from either side or potentially both sides. Like it could also be a case of like you not being mature enough or you not actively listening enough. And so you're like, what do you want from me? And the other person is like, I've told you 8 times, 18,000 times what I want from you. You're just not doing it. Like I could also see that situation playing out. Or it could be exactly like you just said, where you're like, you're trying to meet and address the concerns. Because I've definitely been in that situation or a similar situation where you just said, where it's like, you get in a big argument or, I got in a big argument where it's like, it lasted 2 days or we're hashing it out and then discussing it. Finally get to the end of like, okay, I think I understand your perspective and I think it'll be okay. We can work it out. And it's like literally the next time we see each other, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to see each other anymore. And it's like, because of that, you just said it was all good. And we just hung out last night and everything was great. And then you just like, no, it's not. It's like, why didn't you communicate? Why don't we keep talking about it if it's like an issue? But
yeah, 100%. And then my favorite, my favorite word, but not favorite, saying this in quotations, freaking gaslighting of the situation.
Yeah.
So it's just like, So it's like, okay, you're saying all these things that you're upset about, but that's not entirely my fault. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
it's like both of us are in the situation, but somehow everything is all me. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm the bad guy, kind of deal. So it's just like, okay, whatever it takes. It's just one of those things where the communication of it all was kind of just terrible. But yeah, that when I heard this one, which I would like to say that I realized that this is the Neighborhood, famous for sweater weather, and I realized that these are all guys singing. So
Yes.
I learned I did not misgender the group this time around, which to be fair, he did sing in a lower register this time because I had to go back and check myself. I was like, okay, this definitely sounds like a dude this time around. So I went back and
The
listened to
sweater
Sweater
weather is a
at
little bit higher registry for sure.
yeah, so I did not mistake him for a husky female. But but either way, just the vibe of the song, again, perfect. Love it. This is another one of the songs that hits you right in the feels. At least hit me right in the feels, especially when you're when you hear the song and you flash back to those moments where like you're just kind of just dumbfounded and you're trying to get a logical, rational, human, coherent explanation, and then you're just getting a whole bunch of gibberish or whatever. It's like, what do you want from me? I don't know. Like,
Which this song is actually from the same album that Sweater Weather is from. And I discovered that album like immediately, like a week or two after a big breakup, years and years ago, whenever I was like, around the time this album came out, and listened to basically the whole album like on repeat. It has, Sweater Weather is definitely more of like a more romantic kind of sappy, maybe not sappy is the right word, but you know what I mean. If you listen to the song, it's not this. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
There's a lot of good songs. Just the whole album in general really deals with like love and breakup and miscommunication and anger, sadness, confusion, loss. Like it kind of tackles all of that. So definitely recommend checking out the whole album because it's a pretty good album.
And I will definitely do that now because so far this is you got two hits in a row for me with this the Neighborhood group. So I definitely got to check them out.
There was literally between this song and another song from the album, I like went back and forth for like a day trying to decide which of the two I wanted to pick for this playlist because I feel like both of them could be like great for it. But
yeah,
ultimately I decided this one I felt was a little bit better for the theme.
Yeah, absolutely. So without further ado, we're going to close the playlist talk on starting over.
Yep.
Or start over with Tonio Armani.
Which is like, we did not really plan to do this, but it kind of worked out beautifully, I think.
It really did. Like everything just lined up perfectly for this song to be the last song that we discussed. I have another song by Tonio that I am currently holding on to for another playlist. So keep your ears for another Tonio pop up.
Never heard of him before this, but I like him a lot.
100%. So I didn't hear about him either until I heard another song that is a full-on 1,000% a banger, and I can't wait to drop it on one of our playlists that fits the category. However, so I happened to see this song on one of his other songs recommended or whatever, and I was like, oh, what's the song about? And I hit play and I listened to it. I was like, oh, it's going on the playlist. This is it. So it's just, I love blues for very like bluesy. the rawness of it all. But I just love the fact that it's just one of those things where you really just kind of you're at peace.
Yeah, I was about to say this song is soothing. Like this what it's talking about is maybe not always necessarily like being in that situation is obviously not always like a soothing. Like you're not necessarily feeling that if you're going through it, but the song itself is very soothing and kind of like you said, puts you at peace with that situation in a lot of ways. And I love that about it. I love his whole demeanor and like approaching the subject. It's not really, he's letting go or has let go, I guess at the, by the time of the song of any anger or any feelings. It's just, you're starting over. You realize like, that is now this chapter of my life has closed. I'm now moving on to the next one. I'm moving on, starting over, and I'm at peace with that. It is what it is. You can't hold on to something that's meant to end. You can't force it to keep going on forever and ever. And that's okay. That's part of life. You got to deal with it, move on, start over, accept it, and just this. I loved that so much.
Yes, 100%. And it's just one of these songs where after hearing so many petty, angry, bitter, all the adjectives to describe being frustrated at a relationship or a significant other or a friend or whatever, family member, all of that. When you kind of get to the point where it's just like, you know what? I'm just washing my hands of this. It's time for me to move on. I'm ready to start over. I'm not going to... You found what you're looking for. Clearly, it wasn't me. You got somebody else to go pay your bills and do all the things that clearly I can't do. So I'm going to go find somebody else that can take care, or better yet, I can find somebody else that would appreciate what I have to offer versus me trying to stay in this relationship or friendship or whatever, or whatever relationship that you're in. Hell, even a work relationship. It's like, okay, right. Either way, it's just like, look, I'm busting my ass. I've been doing this in the third or whatever. And you don't respect that, or you don't appreciate that, or acknowledge all the work that I put into it. And you know what? Nah, I'm good. And I love that grown man approach on that.
Same.
It's just a matter of just like,
it's very adult. It's very, because like, I don't know. I, as someone who just in general is very chill, I don't tend to blow up and crash out. Mm-hmm. It takes a whole hell of a lot to get me to that point. Mm-hmm. Just in general, I don't really behave that way. And so I definitely related to this of just that's a part of life, and it is what it is. That's a very adult, responsible, chill way to look at it and to respond to that situation. I feel like.
Yep, it's very adult. Sometimes you gotta tell them, "See you later, alligator."
I'm so glad
after a while.
Crocodile. That was my favorite part. It brought a smile to my face every time.
It did for me too. Because I'm just like, this song was just such a grown man, mature song, and then he just it
definitely brings some levity to
alligator.
It brings some much needed levity and helps keep the tone kind of look, I know this could be a somewhat heavy subject matter for some people, especially if you're actively going through that, and it does suck, but it'll be okay. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Alligator, after a while, crocodile. It's just, if that doesn't crack you up a little bit, you're dead inside.
Absolutely. And just even when the song is fading out, I just love the fact he's just okay, it's time for me to move on. Look, I got somewhere else to be. I'm not dealing with this shit. I got somewhere. See you later. Bye. Just letting go of that, closing that entire chapter and just moving on. And sometimes in life, that is the best approach without the hooting and the hollering. Brandon is more calm and reserved than I am. I have gotten calmer in recent years, but it does take me a fair little bit to get there. But when I do get there to the point where I'm about to cut you off entirely, best believe I have exhausted every option possible within me. I've turned as many blind eyes as I can. I've turned the cheek as many times as I felt like I had to, if you want to get all biblical with it. But it's just one of the things where it's just nah, enough is enough. I could only reconcile so many different things, or overlook, or, dismiss or forgive after a while, because forgiveness is key, but never forget, though. That's the thing. You can forgive, but don't forget. So that way you don't keep doing the shit over and over again, let people take advantage of you. So, but yeah, that song right there is dope. But keep an eye out for Tonio, because he's been popping up a little bit more. I think he did a song with Snoop Dogg not too long ago. So I like his soulfulness. He's a younger guy, I believe, with the old soul. Him and Orlando London. Not Orlando. What I'm thinking. October London, excuse me.
October, yeah. If anyone really does enjoy that style of music and loved his voice and singing and wants to see him live, that's near us at least. According to Spotify, he's going to be playing in Atlanta on January 3rd.
Oh, nice.
Which is a Saturday, so I didn't even gotta worry about taking off work or waking up early after being out all night. Could be a nice little show to go see him. Man.
Absolutely. So that means if you're in the Atlanta area, you want to go check out Tonio that Saturday. That means you need to get in your car and start leaving that Thursday. You might get there in time.
Just maybe, if you're lucky.
If there's not more construction going on.
Right.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, now it's time for us to move on to another playlist.
Yeah, most definitely. Absolutely. Perfect. It's definitely time for us to move on to the next playlist, the next episode. If any of these songs you found cathartic, feel free to let us know in the comments or on one of the platforms, or let us know on social media. If there's a breakup song that worked for you that we may have forgotten about,
yes, please let us know so we can, we would love to do, because there's a ton of songs I personally also like still have in the chamber that I could add to this that I like, had to kind of sort through. So if we wanted to do like a breakup part 2 down the line, or maybe get like more specific with it, if you guys have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them.
Yes, absolutely.
You can go to our website first and foremost if you want to find more, past episodes, upcoming episodes, as well as all of our playlists. It's afterplaylist.com. Also has all of our social media links if you want to shout us out and message us anywhere on any social media that we're on. Please like and share this episode and the playlist. It's totally free again, and it helps support us. Not asking a lot, guys. And yeah, if you want to do a little bit more, you can join the Black Giraffe community over at blackgiraffemade.this.com. Eventually that will be coming, could be coming by the time you hear this, maybe not, but definitely keep an eye out for that and check that out for, merch and other exclusive bonus content we may have in the future. And we also have a Patreon, if that's your preference as well. I know that's kind of the more popular. Both links for those are in the show notes, so definitely check those out. And yeah, I guess until next time, keep moving on, right?
Sometimes in life, you got to tell that person, fuck you.
And you.
Bye.
Bye.
Black Giraffe made this.
We'll never break up with you.
As long as you continue to listen to every episode of Music Playlist on repeat.